Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you're a small business owner, a creator, a freelancer, or selling digital products, you've definitely felt it, that relentless pressure to just keep feeding the algorithm. Well, today we are unpacking a framework from our source material called the Instagram Growth Engine. We're going to look at how it claims to take your strategy from, random chaotic posting to something that's actually reliably repeatable. It's all about stopping the guesswork and finally starting the growth. I mean, we've all been there, right? Picture this. You've got your phone in your hand, you've got a pretty decent photo or maybe a cool video clip, and then absolute silence in your brain. You're just staring at that empty caption box again. The blank page anxiety kicks in hard, and what do? You end up posting a picture of your coffee just to appease the algorithm gods. You are putting in the effort, for sure, but you're struggling to turn those followers and profile visitors into actual conversations, or better yet, customers. It literally feels like throwing spaghetti at the wall and just praying something sticks. Okay, let's dive into this, because the source material actually identifies 5 specific bottlenecks that are probably holding back your profile growth. First up, inconsistent posting. Showing up randomly just doesn't build trust with your audience. Second, weak reel openings. These are the ones that lose viewers before you even get to make your point. Third, and this is a big one, operating with zero content calendar, basically just winging it. Fourth, writing captions that don't actually have a clear engagement goal. And finally, an unclear Instagram bio that doesn't tell visitors why they should actually care. If any of this sounds a little too familiar, trust me, you are absolutely not alone. Section 1. The solution, the Instagram Growth Engine. So unlike a messy collection of random, disconnected AI prompts that you have to somehow piece together yourself, the source outlines this engine as a really cohesive system. It's powered by 5 connected tools, and they're meant to be used in a very specific sequence. You start off with the 30-day Growth Strategist, then you move right into the 3-second hook formula. Next up is the 7-day content calendar builder. After that, you hit the follow-worthy caption writer, and finally, you wrap the whole shebang up with the bio glow-up. The beauty here is that the output of one tool literally becomes the input for the next. It's all about building a rock-solid foundation step by step. Section 2. The 60-minute quick start, local landscaping demo. Let's move to and see how this builds using a concrete example. The source provides this great running example of a local landscaping business. Now these guys, they have amazing photos of lawns and patios, right? But they've just been posting randomly, maybe once a week, with zero strategy. So look at how this 60-minute workflow actually maps out for them. At minute 0, our landscaper creates their 30-day plan. By minute 15, boom, they've generated 10 scroll-stopping hooks. At minute 30, they've built a full 7-day calendar. Fast forward to minute 45, they've written their first 3 strategic captions. And by the time the hour is totally up at minute 60, they've completely rewritten their bio. Just 1 hour. And that blank page anxiety, it's completely gone. Let's break down exactly what happened in that hour, starting with Tool 1, the 30-day Growth Strategist. This tool actually analyzes the landscaping business's current state. It takes into account everything: their specific niche, their current follower count, their posting habits, the actual content they have sitting on their camera roll, and of course, their ultimate goals. It doesn't just spit out some generic plan, it gives them a highly personalized, niche-specific roadmap. And guys, this matters so much, because let's face it, generic advice rarely works. Real growth requires a strategy tailored to your exact starting line. All right, so once they have their plan, they've got to grab attention. Studies actually show you have less than 3 seconds before a user just scrolls right past your reel. Crazy, right? Well, Tool 2, the 3-second hook formula, solves this problem. For our landscaper, it generates 10 punchy, scroll-stopping opening lines all about lawn care and patio design. And it even goes a step further. It actually identifies which of those specific hooks would work perfectly with trending audio on the platform. And this brilliantly illustrates where all those ideas finally get organized. Tool 3, the 7-day content calendar builder, takes those hooks we just generated and maps them out in a really clean, structured grid. It assigns a day, pairs the hook with a specific content type, like a reel or a carousel, adds a caption angle, and designates a clear call to action, plus a hashtag group. Our landscaper basically goes from having a bunch of random yard photos on their phone to a really neat, structured weekly schedule. So now it's time to write. Tool 4 is the follow-worthy caption writer. Instead of our landscaper just posting a pretty picture of a lawn with like a thumbs up emoji and calling it a day, this tool turns 3 of those calendar ideas into actual, fleshed out captions. But actually, scratch that. They aren't just any captions. They are specifically engineered to build curiosity, maybe trigger a save for later, or encourage a share with a friend. It naturally invites viewers to follow the account. It's an entire engagement strategy built right into the text itself. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark before and after contrast here with Tool 5, the bio glow up. Look at this. We go from a vague, kind of boring business description on the left that just says, "We do landscaping," to a fully optimized profile on the right. And it actually offers 3 distinct styles to test out. You've got credibility and authority, humor and relatability, or curiosity and clicks. It totally transforms a simple digital business card into a super compelling reason for visitors to actually hit that follow button and stick around. Section 3. Systems, not magic buttons. The source material is very explicit about dropping the hype right here. And I want to be absolutely clear about this too. We are talking about practical systems, not magic buttons. This product absolutely does not promise guaranteed virality, income, or just instant followers overnight. Because honestly, no prompt in the world can guarantee that a reel will get 1 million views. What the framework does provide is the structured execution that is so absolutely crucial for actual growth. It removes all that guesswork and helps you create a clear, consistent content engine. But at the end of the day, the results depend entirely on your execution, audience demand, and your consistency. And that brings us to the core philosophy of this entire framework. Stop starting from a blank page. I just love that. The whole goal here is to eliminate that awful friction of constantly wondering what to post next. It takes confusing AI tools and turns them into a totally clear, repeatable workflow that's going to save you time and help you market your business with absolute confidence. So if you want to test out a 30-day system of your own, you can find the link to the Instagram growth engine right down in the description below. But hey, regardless of the tools you end up using, the real takeaway here is this. If our local landscaper could map out an entire month of strategy in just 1 single hour, how will you choose to spend your next 60 minutes? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.